Who goes out in a snowstorm unless it's life or death?
Hi, Curselings. I'm back. And today we're talking about this mad mama, as it seems our girl, Veronica, decided to drive during a winter storm last week and unsurprisingly ended up in the ditch. Fortunately, Veronica was okay, and her car wasn't damaged, explaining to the sheriff who pulled over to check on her that she thought she'd hit a patch of black ice.
Hi! I kind of swerved off the road. I was only going 40. I must have hit ice.
Yeah, it's slippery out.
I didn't hit anything, so nothing is hurt or damaged or broken. I just couldn't push it out. I put it in neutral. I was going to see if I could rock it.
You can hear the relief in her voice.
Are you alright otherwise?
Yeah. No, I feel so stupid, but I feel lucky that I wasn't hurt.
Yeah, no, you just gotta have somebody pull you out.
Now, normally videos like this from Veronica would agitate me a little, because they do tend to come across as quite attention-seeky, like during this part.
You know, when I went off the road, there were 2 cars behind me that watched it happen. But they didn't even slow down. Nobody stopped to check on me. Nobody but that sheriff, to make sure that I was even okay.
But overall, this one wasn't so bad. I think it's because she won me over with the reenactment.
I decided that I couldn't just sit there, so I was going to do something about it.
It's just so stupid. I love it. I really liked it. Still, this video left me wondering why the hell was she on the road at all? And apparently, I wasn't the only one wondering this.
Who goes out in a snowstorm unless it's life or death? Okay, so people are wondering why I was driving around in a snowstorm. Okay.
Turns out, it's because Veronica had been on another date.
So I wasn't going to tell people this because for some reason the haters like to be in my business and say that I'm not allowed to date because I have 12 kids. But I was on a date.
She goes on to explain that she had been seeing this man for a little while. Side note, are we really surprised that Veronica is dating yet another man who lives several hours away? No, we are not. I don't know if it's because Syracuse has like a limited pool of bachelors in their late 30s to early 40s or what, but based on Veronica's language in this TikTok, specifically her usage of the past tense when describing their relationship so far, sounds like things didn't go so well.
I actually had been seeing a guy. He lived a couple hours away and he had made the effort. He came to me. We had a couple dates. It was really nice. He treated me nice, very sweet guy. We had a lot in common. I really liked him and I was prepared to make it serious, to make him my boyfriend. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to drive to his house. We'll spend the weekend together and, have a good time. And we had a lot of plans. We were actually going to see each other next weekend. We were already talking about going on a trip together Valentine's Day. Like, it was nice. I thought we were having a great time, whatever.
Anyway, Veronica goes on to explain why her latest beau wasn't working out. His house was dirty.
Point is, I get to his house, and it is filthy. And before anyone says anything, yes, my house gets dirty sometimes, but that's because I have little kids, and they make it dirty, and it can be hard to keep up.
I don't know about that, but okay.
None of his kids were little. They're all older, like older teenagers. And, I probably could have overlooked that, and I could have forgiven that. Single guy, house isn't perfect, whatever. What I couldn't overlook was the fact that his bed was dirty.
Oh, God. Listen, I'm 100% with Veronica here. A dirty bed is a big F no. I'd take the pillow wall. In fact, on a sliding scale, pun intended, I feel like hitting a patch of black ice is still better than a pillow wall.
Now, I had talked about the fact that I can't sleep in a dirty bed. I can't sleep in a bed that dogs have been in because the dog hair is gross to me. It's dirty to me. It's nasty.
Agreed.
And he said, I sleep with my dogs. And, I was like, okay, well, if I ever come over, you're going to need to put clean bedding. And he agreed that he would.
So Veronica makes plans to drive down to see this guy. Makes it clear up front, I don't like sleeping in dog bed. Please change the sheets. Seems reasonable, you'd think. But it wasn't just the bed, apparently. Turns out Buddy's kids were also home. Probably because of the storm.
I also asked, hey, can you see if your teenagers can like go to a friend's house for the night, because I expect that we're gonna make it serious, And he said he would.
We're going to make it serious. So I guess that's code for sex.
That we're gonna make it serious.
Get it, girl? Fill your boots.
I show up, his kids are still there, which is weird because I didn't feel like we were even dating long enough for me to meet his kids. I felt like that was inappropriate.
Veronica brings up a good point here. She wasn't expecting to meet this man's kids yet. And according to comments on this video, his parents live like across the road, so it wouldn't have been difficult for him to just send them across the street for the night. So yeah, she wasn't expecting to meet this man's kids yet, let alone on a weekend where it's just supposed to be them doing the deed on his dog hair covered bed. Ugh, I'm picturing it. Just no.
But also, his bedroom, literally his bed is next to the door.
Oh, goody. That's not awkward.
Right across from his son's room. Like, I could hear his son talking. I could hear his son clacking on the computer all night. If I could hear his son could hear us, right?
Oh, God. Can you imagine? I'd be mortified. Mortified. Okay. Pretend poll. Would you rather sleep in your date's bed with a pillow wall and pictures of their ex everywhere looking at you, or would you rather sleep in a guy's dirty bed with paper thin walls and teenagers in the next room who might hear you two get freaky? Let me know in the comments down below. It's a real Sophie's choice in my opinion. But it gets worse.
So I was super uncomfortable, especially, okay, I get there, right? And the dog is in the bed. The bedding is filthy. There's no sheets. There's just a bunch of dirty blankets. And he's like, oh, come on, get on the bed. And I just drove for hours. I was tired. And I was like, ugh.
Yeah, I would be too. Fair. Totally fair. Like, sure. Maybe it seems super picky, but I get it. I don't like dog hair everywhere either. I would also be grossed out. So you're not alone, girl.
So I try to sit on the bed. And I'm like, and he's like, it's fine. There's no dog hair on the bottom blanket. Just stay on that blanket. And he was lying. There was dog hair on it, but I didn't notice right away because I took his word for it.
Oh, I think I would have preferred the pillow wall at this point. I'm not gonna lie. Like let's just rewind like 2 months and just go back to the pillow wall because at least it was probably clean.
So, I was laying on the bed or whatever, and to me it was just gross. And I was like, okay, I'll just sleep and I'll just leave in the morning, whatever, because I'm tired and it's late.
Okay, so she just decides to tolerate the filthy bed. Just pushes down the feelings of discomfort because she's too tired and just like...
Of course, the snoring kept me up all night, so I didn't even get any sleep. And I even mentioned to him that I am leaving because your dog hair bed is grossing me out.
Good on her.
And he still didn't offer to change the sheets. He actually said he didn't own any sheets that fit his bed. And I'm like...
That's a big red flag. You should own at least 2 sets of sheets up for your bed so that you always have clean sheets while the others are in the wash. Oh my God. Who knows when those sheets were last washed? Just, bleh.
Thinking to myself, well, why don't we just go get some sheets then? But
bless Veronica. Her first thought about this whole sheets dilemma was, we could just buy some, or you can just cut your losses, babes.
Since he couldn't even make the effort to put clean bedding on his bed, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm leaving. I don't care.
Yes, good. Oh, I'm so proud. This is such a huge improvement from her last date I covered. Good on you for standing your ground.
I know there's a snowstorm. I need to get out of here. This is disgusting to me. This is a level of nasty that I am unable to accept. I could not do it.
Of course you shouldn't stay if the guy couldn't change his GD sheets. That's bare minimum, especially at our age. It's one thing when you're in college or like your early 20s, and it's a completely other thing when you are a grown man and have teenage children. You should know better, sir. God, I'm so proud of you, Veronica.
And plus, I was really bothered, like I said, by the fact that his bed right by the door, and not only that, he had a window with no curtain on it, and like there's a deck. I didn't know there was a deck until his kid walked past the window, and he knew.
I'm sorry, what? Oh my God, girl, yes, definitely you should have left. Hard pass, hard no, absolutely not. What was this guy thinking?
He didn't put a curtain up. He didn't give me a heads up. Like, no, the whole thing was inappropriate, and I just had to leave.
You know it's bad when even Veronica's like, I can't. She put up a pillow wall. She put up with a pillow wall, dude. The bar was already on the friggin' floor. Anyway. Anyway, I was not expecting this explanation for why Veronica ended up in a ditch during a freaking snowstorm. Just was not expecting it. It literally gave me whiplash. I was just like, what? I also found the description for the second video super interesting, as in it, Veronica writes, I would have slept in the car if I had a blanket. Girl, it's winter. You should have a blanket in your car anyway. Which is funny, she continues, because I thought about bringing a blanket just in case. Veronica, did you watch my last video? Because I totally said this exact thing in my last video on you, that if I had been in your shoes, I would have just stashed a blanket in the car, or in that particular scenario, the bus, just in case. You watched my video, didn't you? What did you think? Let me know. Veronica continues, but decided I shouldn't need to. Eye roll emoji. I mean, that's fair. You shouldn't need to, but you should still have one in your car, ma'am. What if you get trapped on the road due to snow? You could freeze to death. Smarten up. Get a blanket. You need a blanket. Get a blanket. As for the comment sections on both TikToks, they were mildly illuminating, as always is the case with this mad mama. In this comment, someone wrote, glad it wasn't worse, in reference to the whole ditch thing, to which Veronica replied, I was within inches of hitting a pole or the guardrail, which is not at all mildly terrifying. In fact, I've actually been in an accident like this. I was coming around a bend while it was snowing, hit a patch of black ice, the car spun out of control into the ditch, started hitting fence posts. Fortunately, not a tree. There was a lot of trees around, so just super lucky that it was a field, because it would have been so bad. The car then evened out and managed to get back onto the road like nothing had even happened. Definitely shook me. So yeah, Veronica got lucky, for sure. Now, on the follow-up TikTok, this person named OK wrote, who the hell makes a relationship official and starts doing the deed the same night? Giving it up too soon. That's judgy and kind of prudish. Ain't nothing wrong with some loving early on. It's 2024, ma'am. Get with the times. Anyway, Veronica replies, my body count. Oh, don't say that, Veronica. That's not for us to use. No. My body count is pretty low, so I didn't think it would be a big deal. Because it's not. Don't listen to this person. I've only engaged in coitus. What? What is wrong with you? That's not how humans talk, Veronica. That's not... No. Stop it. I've only engaged in coitus with the 2 men I was married to. Yeah, that's sad. Definitely get your freak on, girl. Ignore this person. Their comment wasn't okay. Amy replies, haha, coitus. Touche. And Veronica replies, I like technical terms. What do you mean you like technical terms? No one's asking you for a friggin' demonstration, Veronica. Keep it chill. God. I've also performed fellatio. Oh my God. On the men I was married to. That sucks. Moving on. And only receive cunnilingus. Jesus Christ. Veronica, ma'am. This is a public platform. Why are you telling us this? No one wants to know. Fuck. Anyway, we're just gonna move on. Sparkle emoji writes, maybe you should learn more about the person before wanting to jump in bed with them. Dead. No, you don't need to do that. And the fact that so many people are judging her for this is kind of wild. Maybe it's an American thing, or just, I don't know, the demographic that follows Veronica. I don't know. Besides, Veronica said she had been seeing this guy for a while, so I don't know why so many people are like bothered by it. It just seems unnecessarily judgmental, and they need to stop it. Stop it. Fortunately, Veronica clarifies, saying, we'd been talking for months, and we met in person multiple times, which seems fine to me. He seemed wonderful. They all seem wonderful, ma'am. But I'm still pretty new to actually dating. No shit! I've only been in 2 relationships ever, and both with guys I met when I was 12. What? Yikes. I'm actually new to dating. I don't know the, quote, rules. There are no rules. Veronica, come here. There's no rules. It's a shit show. You're welcome. Now go raise hell. Responsibly. Feisty writes, here comes baby 13. Remember, Veronica doesn't believe in birth control, or more specifically, she doesn't like using it because condoms are, quote, gross. And Veronica replies, yeah, we didn't engage in reproductive acts. Oh my God. If I didn't know it was because of the gross dog bed, I would say it's because she calls it a reproductive act. It sounds like something a serial killer would say. You need to knock it off. Cult favorite writes, I heavily agree on the no animals on the bed. I'm a no dogs specifically on the bed kind of person. Cats, it depends on the breed and the fur type. And Veronica replies to this, it's crazy because I wouldn't have even faulted him for doing it on his own. I just couldn't believe he lied about putting clean bedding on for me. I can, because people are horrible. But at the same time, yeah, no, deal breaker for sure. And real name Hidden replies, you literally lie on the internet every single day. Sounds like a perfect match. Harsh, but true. Yikes writes, he didn't own a second set of sheets? Oh my lord. Right? It's weird. That's a red flag. That's an actual red flag. And Veronica replies, he didn't own a first pair of sheets. His bed smelled of cornflakes and dog. Oh, that's just, oh my God. Just, I couldn't do it. I am so proud of you, Veronica. I'm just, good for you for getting the F out of there. Yikes replies, he didn't have sheets on his bed at all? No. Veronica replies, just a blanket. He said was clean. It was not. Bullet dodged, clearly. Saying a lot considering everything we know about Veronica, but yeah, bullet dodged. And I'm not the only one who feels this way because Christina comments the same thing. And Veronica replies, seriously, I am so glad I found out it wasn't going to work before it got serious. Yeah, because that's what dating is for, to weed out the cornflake and dog-scented men. Ugh. Meanwhile, this person congratulates Veronica on sticking to her boundaries. And she replies, it's more than just a boundary. It's an ick. No, ma'am. It's both. It's both. Adding, I'm still upset about it. I would be too. It's gross. This is gross. This was just, ugh. It's rough. It's rough. Justine comments, yep, that's nasty. If he wanted to, he would change the sheets. He didn't care. This is bare minimum shit. To the men, like three of you listening to this is bare minimum shit. If you have a house and you have kids, etc., you can have sheets, you can change your sheets, you can wash your sheets. No excuses. Seriously, grow up. I don't want to hear any of this toxic masculinity shit. You can wash some fucking sheets. And Veronica replies, it genuinely hurt my feelings. I liked him enough to drive several hours to see him, and he couldn't be bothered to put on clean bedding. Yeah, because it's the bare minimum. If he liked you, Veronica, if he respected you, he'd have put the frickin' effort in, hands down. Finally, this person writes, I'd rather sleep with my dog and cat than any man. Which, I mean, fair. If this is the state of modern dating, I don't blame you, ma'am. I don't friggin' blame you, because I would rather sleep with a dog and a cat than in a cornflake-scented, dog-scented bed. Ugh. To which Veronica replies, yeah, but you probably clean your bedding, which, yeah. On the floor. The bar. Just on the floor. Bare minimum. Oh my God. I'm so proud of you, Veronica. Truly, I am. I am proud of you for getting out of there, because, oh my God. Oh, anyway, all in all, I gotta say, I am enjoying the trials and tribulations of Veronica Merritt's love life because I don't think I'd want to deal with it. If those were our options as a woman, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm good. Anyway, I want to thank everyone for liking, commenting, and subscribing. 2023 was a interesting year for me with a lot of ups and far too many downs. So I am really, really looking forward to a new year and a new outlook and new content. So thank you to everyone who has stuck around, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!